Hello? Okay. Hopefully
Yeah.
my mic is good. I'm in web Discord, not an actual Discord, so I don't know if my mic's working or not. Um,
No, I can hear it.
okay, sounds good. Yeah, so I just thought we should talk. Maybe it seems like you said the situation was dealt with, but it seems like you disrespected like one of my friends, and then it like wasn't really dealt with, and you're just saying it is.
That's because the situation has been dealt with behind closed doors. Doesn't have to include him, right? The right's already been wronged, or the wrong's already been righted. But
No,
if you
it
want me to
hasn't.
hold
So
on, stop. I
you're
said,
just wrong.
let me finish. Let me finish. If you want
Uh,
me to
yeah.
apologize to him, I absolutely understand why you want me to, okay? And I will. I can see that, I don't need other people telling me. Obviously, if I hurt his feelings, that's great. I'll go and fix that as well. But what we need you to do is stop being disrespectful to the mod team in chat like all the time. It's
I'm
like
not
every
being
day, dude.
I'm not being disrespectful to my team. I'm just being disrespectful to you because I feel like you had major disrespect towards me and my friends, and so I think it's only fair that if you're not willing to show us respect, that I shouldn't have to show you respect. That's sort of how it works, right? Respect's like a two-way gate, and I'm super friendly with like every staff on the server. Like I love volatile. I love our mill with the races. Talking about races, it's a fun time. Every other staff, the only player on the entire server I have a problem with is you, and it just seems because like you decide to not have respect towards me and my friends, and so I'm just not willing to show that respect back.
Okay, that's fair.
And so I hope it's clear that like the situation isn't really dealt with. Just because you say it's dealt with, and because you talk to like other staff, I guess, about it, doesn't really mean it's dealt with. Usually, like a situation being dealt with is
Okay,
like
hold on,
when
hold on,
all
hold on.
parties.
Why do you sound like a broken record though? I said I would apologize to him. Why do you keep coming back to that? Why are you so stuck on that, dude?
Well,
Let's
I'm
assume
just trying to. No, I'm not trying to complain about anything. I'm just trying to explain how what you said like 2 seconds ago is just wrong. Like when for a situation to be dealt with, right? Generally, that means all parties like agree that it's dealt with. But you talking to your friends about something that happened doesn't mean it's dealt with. I don't understand how you think that that's like.
why are you calling them my friends? My
Well, I just
superiors that
assume
got
that
the butt beat?
I'm just
Where?
assume that you're friends with like a lot of staff team. Maybe they're not your friends, but it doesn't really matter. It's people who aren't in the situation, right?
Okay, let's make a hypothetical situation here.
Okay.
Let's assume I'm going to apologize to Revenant
Yeah.
tomorrow or in a message. Okay, let's
Yeah.
assume that is dealt with.
Yeah.
Now, for the mod part, it's been dealt with behind closed doors. From this point going on, if you don't bring it up in chat, that would be greatly appreciated.
Well, if it's resolved with Rev, like between you and Rev, then I'll be more than happy to not bring up the past issues. But it just seems like you think that, or you at least thought that it would be, or it was dealt with without having to talk to Rev. And I just wanted to make it clear that like that's not how situation handling works. Um, just like in general, like in society, like for a situation to be handled, it usually means that all parties agree that it's handled. Um, yeah, that's just how it works. And so just you saying that it's not that it was handled doesn't mean it is. It just seems a little weird to say that it was handled if it wasn't. Because at first when you said that, I was like, oh, he talked to Rev, but you didn't talk to Rev in DMs behind closed doors. You just disrespected him in a VC afterwards, and that's it. It's a little weird, I guess.
I never said I talked to Rev in DMs.
I know, but you saying you dealt with it made me think that you did. Because in general, saying that you deal with something is for it to actually be dealt with, not just like saying it is and hoping it is.
This is a hopeless conversation. I've already told you what's going to happen.
This is a
Okay?
hopeless conversation because you just don't understand how. I think you either don't understand what I'm saying, or you
No, I
just don't
understand
understand
what
how
you're
like
saying.
society
I
works.
understand. I understand what you're saying. I said take a hypothetical. Let's assume that I'm going to apologize to Rev. That's what I said, okay? And now
Yeah,
you keep coming back to this. You keep on like repeating yourself. Why?
because I'm hoping that you'll understand. I'm hoping
Like you
that
want to talk about the
one of these
calls, you
times
want to
that I
talk about the
repeat this,
weather, you
you'll
want to talk
actually
about the
understand.
sports, you
I'm
want to talk about some
praying
like
that at one point, if I repeat it enough, you'll just start to understand all of a sudden. Or you'll at some point agree with my points, because it seems like you're just disagreeing with my points and then disregarding them.
when.
So do you agree that a situation is not dealt with until all parties agree that it's dealt with,
I
right?
already said yes to you like 3 minutes ago.
On that you haven't, as far as I'm aware, and that's why I kept bringing it up because I was trying to get you to either agree with it or to like provide a counter argument, but you were just dismissing it.
I wasn't dismissing it.
Okay, well, just ignoring what I say is sort of considered dismissing it. And in terms of that argument, it seems like you were sort of ignoring what I was saying. But if you want, we can go back on like this conversation and see if you're dismissing it or not. Is that all you want to talk about, or is there anything else you want to talk about?
Do you have anything else you need to say? I'm not sure why you would think that I found you annoying or thought you were a dick or something before this situation happened today. I have no idea what would bring that on.
I never said I thought you were a dick or anything, or you thought that I was a dick. I just think that you were like really rude to me and my friends, and so I was being disrespectful to you, like on purpose. But I guess I never claimed that you thought I was a dick or anything. I don't know if you hate me or not. It doesn't really matter. I just know that I don't like you because you were being not so nice to some of my friends.
You're a kid playing Minecraft. I don't hate you. I don't give a shit, right? You want to play your game the way you play it, that's fine. I didn't pay for your Minecraft account. You go ahead and do what you want to do. If you want to play on a PvE server and do some parkour and that's all you want to do, that's fine, man. I don't give a shit. If that makes you happy, that's
Seems
great.
like you might be a bit mad, man.
Endorphins and dopamine is hard to come by in this day and age, especially with the shit that's going on in polls and hockey and all that, you know? It's a
Okay.
really fucked up world. So if you can get your giggles out of doing whatever it is you do over here, that's great.
Yeah, I guess. Sure. I never said that you don't like me or something. I don't know where you got that from.
No, you said that earlier. You said you were talking to RML or something.
Yeah, I said I was talking to Armo because we were just having a friendly conversation about races and stuff, and then you decided to intervene and say I was trying to gloat about something. I was never talking badly about you. I never said that. I thought that you thought that you didn't like me or something. I
I
never
just
said
don't
any of this.
understand how you take everything people type in text and then you take it for the absolute worst. Because if I make fun of you for spelling errors and then I make a spelling error while I'm making fun of you, you should realize that it's a joke, right? Instead of getting hurt about it.
I wasn't getting hurt about it. I was
Well,
just purposely being disrespectful because it seems you have no respect for anybody else. So why should I?
I have all the respect in the world for everybody else.
Okay, well, apparently not me or Rev, right? Or especially not Rev for some
What
reason.
do you mean you? When did I ever disrespect you?
Well, maybe by lying and saying the situation was handled when it wasn't.
It was handled in the way that I thought it would be handled, right? Behind closed doors with the
Okay,
Monument team.
so maybe this is just like before this conversation, you just didn't really understand what something being handled meant, and maybe we can just move on from that, I guess, because we can just like brush it off as like you didn't know any better, and like now you know better of like how situation
Yeah,
handling
not
works.
not all of us went to a camp for kids with problems, right?
Yeah, I
Not
know.
all
I
of us.
just like this is something that like most like adults in general like know, right? Um, like
No, I
most
don't know.
people who I've talked to in life sort of understand this principle. This is something like people with like decent social skills usually know this.
I mean, shit's different with everybody, right? Just like it's just
Yeah, I
like
feel like if I don't know, I feel like just in general, like most people have this. So I just assumed that you would just like have a general idea of like what stuff means and how stuff works, like in society, I guess to some extent. But it's fine if you didn't know any better and like now you know better, then cool. We can just like move on from that as like
the
a
only
lesson
other
learned.
the only other thing I have to say is that you made this point that him spamming abilities is part of the game. Well, unfortunately, part of the game is also that I was given a red tag, and so part of the game is that I can take his trident if I'm trying to record a video,
Yeah,
right?
but
Because
like if I'm running around a POI or something and someone's like following me and spamming abilities, that's just like part of the game. Like it's just like you do it, right?
yeah, but I asked him to stop.
Yeah,
That's the
but
difference.
yeah, but he
If
was he
you were
was
in a
spamming
POI,
abilities on purpose because that's how you cheer people on when you can't do anything else, right? He was spamming abilities, hoping that I would make the parkour, or like spamming abilities, hoping that it would make me feel a parkour jump or something, right? He was my friend and he was just chilling. It seems weird to like.
yeah, but I asked him to stop, so why wouldn't he stop? I don't understand.
Well, just because you ask them to do something doesn't mean like they should like stop doing it, right? Like if I ask all staff to stop like spectating me, doesn't mean like they have to, and they probably won't. They'll probably
Yeah,
spectate
no,
me even
no,
more if I ask them to.
it does mean they have to.
So if
It
I
does mean they
ask
have to stop.
every staff to never spectate me ever again, you guys all just have to comply with that?
Yes, yes, we do, because that's part of the rules.
Okay, sounds good. I'll make sure to do that then. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't aware that like anything you ask people to do, they just have to do it.
No, not anything, but it would be nice if you
Yeah,
ask
it
somebody
would be
nicely to
nice.
do something,
But like if
right?
someone's following me and doing a quest at the same time as me and it makes my quest experience slower because I have to wait for a boss to respawn or something, I can't just ask them to stop doing the quest and expect them to do it, right?
You can group up with them and do the boss with them.
Well, for some instances, like stuff, for example, like grabbing a quest item or a certain item you need from POIs that doesn't respawn, right? So if I'm trying to grind like the silver rods or whatever from volcanoes so I can get the patron item, and someone's like 5 seconds ahead of me and he steals all of them, I can't just ask him to stop doing the POI halfway through so I can get the rest, right?
There's more than okay. For every example you're going to throw at me, I'm going to be able to find a counter argument, unfortunately,
Okay,
because
so
there's
for that example I just gave, give me one. What's the counter
uh
argument to
there's
that?
there's plenty of those Patron item spawns that go in the volcano.
Yeah,
Like
I
when
know
I
he
did
takes
it,
all of them. He knows where all of them are. He takes all of them. What's your argument for that?
why would he take all of them? He
Because
only
he
needs
wants
them
them.
for
He wants to
one.
sell them. He wants to resell them on his market plot. He wants all of
Okay,
them.
so you either ask him nicely to split with you, or you wait 25 minutes until the POI responds,
Yeah,
because there's
I
so many
ask him
people out
nicely,
there.
and then look, I ask him nicely, and then look, we're right back in a circle because he can just say no, right? That's part of the game. People don't have
Okay,
to be nice to each other here. You're not forced to do whatever someone asks you to do something. You're not forced to do it. It just seems weird that just because your staff, you have like some sort of magical treatment where if people are bothering you, you can just tell them to like back off or you like warp them away, right? Like you're just like taking away people's rights just because you can and not necessarily because you should. Seems
okay,
weird.
pal. You have a great night. Enjoy your parkour.
All right, man. Have fun. Have a good day, man.